Hey friends, welcome to or welcome back to Noras Cove. If you're new here, I'm Yoshida, and here at the Cove, we like to budget and plan in confidence using a planner. But today, you guys, I just wanted to kind of talk to y'all. I wanted to talk to you guys about what worked and what didn't work for me for the first quarter. So we're like on the last official week of the quarter, and there were so many things that I wanted to get done. There was so many high hopes for all these planners that you see. I even have some kind of hidden here. And I just want to talk about what worked and it really didn't work. So I'm going to start with kind of what didn't work. I think I'll start here with the 8. Well, I'm going to start here with this little, let me move everything out the way. But I wanted you guys to kind of see all these planners. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planners. And if you followed my New to Planning series, this is what I'm talking about. You will change your mind. You will totally change your mind. So let's talk about this. I will have to admit, and I am not afraid to admit, that it was a little bit of FOMO, okay? I was loving it, and I said I would never go back to a TN, and here I am. I was back in a TN. Now, was it cute? Absolutely. Like, I really kind of enjoyed being in here. It was perfect for, like, just a little quick overview. As you can see, I did March. I didn't check any of the things off. And I think because my little, I liked it, okay? I'm going to say I liked it. But what kind of threw me off, I was throwing it in, like, my work bag, quote-unquote work bag, a bag that I would take to work. And I was just no longer pleased with the bag, and I wanted another bag with the FOMO, the curve bag. And I just stopped carrying it. I stopped carrying my work bag and just started carrying the CP Petite, which is right here. So I need to check in here for some of my brain dump things. Now, is it a great system? Absolutely. I really could just pick it up at any time. And my thought process when I did put this together was like, it could be a companion to like my everyday carry, a companion to my business planner, because it kind of go hand in hand. Like, or if I could not grab my CP Petite, I could just grab this in place of it. But I don't know. I'm sure it's more mental than anything, but I feel like my CP Petite has everything. Like, everything. Like, I tell you, she holds my secrets. And so I just felt like, well, I wouldn't be able to put my expense tracker in here, which I could because I could just write down what I spent. But I may revisit her in quarter 2. We're going to see. But it worked for maybe a month, maybe a couple of weeks. So yeah, so it just really didn't work the way I thought it would be, but I do like it. I like the setup. I love everything about it. Also, I think I got a little discouraged when I couldn't put the spiral in here as well because it was just too, tight fitting, and it just started to look kind of janky to me. So yeah, didn't work. Maybe like I said, maybe I'll pick it back up in quarter 2. We'll see. It just depends. When life changes, your planners change. So you got to kind of change with them, or they have to change along with what's going on with you in this portion of your life. So that's that. Next up, I wanted to plan in personal. It started out as my play planner. I had a different cover on it. And then when I switched the cover, I was like, wow, I really love this cover. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I started it in like February. I did a little decorating for March. How cute. How cute. Cute. So I was really like digging her. And I'm still digging her. And I didn't use these habit trackers. I did do a little something here. She was like my little bed planner. I could pre-plan things. So at one point I was pre-planning my week and kind of using that to do my CP Petite. And then I found these. They were already in here, and these were from Rosy Paper Tree. And so first I tried to use it in my I have a meal section. So I was using them in my meal section because I was like, man, I paid for these. I don't want them to go to waste. So I tried to use it as like a weekly meal planner. And, you know, I didn't mention this, I don't believe, in my new to planning video series. But yeah, sometimes you can just take an insert and make it what you need it to be. So I was trying to use it for meal planning and it just didn't go well. So that didn't work. So I think it was the other day, maybe last week, I said, let me try, well, 2 weeks ago, I said, let me try to use it as an actual weekly plan. I just want to switch up a little bit and just see how it goes. And this is what I did. And I liked it. I really, really liked it. But I'm just not in here. I'm not using it as I intended, which was a reference planner. I have my same weekly layout, and a lot of times it's just for me to kind of play, and, you know, it's kind of a play planner. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's like I play in here a little bit. I play with different styles of planning just to see what I like and just, you know. So I think the last one I planned was here the week of the 9th through the 15th of March, and I just wanted to see just what some icons and some highlighter would look like. And I liked it. But all these other sections, like the meal sections, didn't really go to. The finance section, I did not go to. And I do have like the weekly check-in in here. And so I did this like January. I tried to do the weekly check-in. I just didn't check in. I got budget categories in here. I started the spending tracker the end of January. Didn't use it. I had these in here. And the social media section, didn't use that. I just think I really need to kind of just, if it's going to be a reference planner, it needs to just have some different inserts. Do I want to try it again in the second quarter? Maybe so, because I'm not going to lie to you, I really like the planner, the cover. I thought about switching to this for second quarter and getting rid of my CP Petite just to see if I liked it, you know, but it just really didn't go as I thought it was going to go. But every now and then I'll just pick her up, and it's getting to the point, it's just a little time, kind of, not necessarily time consuming, but it's a waste of time to just pick it up and plan in it and knowing I'm not going to carry it or I'm not going to reference it or do anything like that. But she's just really kind of like a play planner, but I was kind of missing rings and I just wanted to test her out. But I still may pick her up from time to time, second quarter. I don't know. Second quarter, I may be in her. Who knows? Who knows? Lastly is my A5. You guys have never gotten a proper flip of her, but I think I talked about her briefly, and she's set up, but she's not set up. I don't know. This is old, so all of this is just in here, this old. I'm just haven't taken it out. And these are some old inserts from Cloth and Paper, and the only reason I have them in here because I found out people like them, and I was like, well, I better keep them and not give them away. And then this is, who knows, this is, yeah, this is old. Everything in here is old because the stuff was already in here, but I did put a 2026 calendar. So in this planner, what really has not worked, I've been using the calendar. As you can see, I decorated. I didn't decorate in February. I just did this because it was just going to be the home planner, so it wasn't going to have a lot of deco. That's at least what I thought in my mind. I just used a dot marker, put down my bills, and I liked it. I was like, yeah, this is all I need to do. Then one day, I wanted to play, and I played, and I put stickers in there for the month of March. And I wrote down my bills, just did a little color coding or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I think we can use her. But here is the problem. I don't go past my schedule. Now, also, I was using the schedule part. Let me go through. So it has a lot of old inserts, a lot of old little things in here. This is from Cloth and Paper, just a lot of old stuff in here. And then I put this cozy dashboard in here, that's for my shop. And then the task weekly schedule, yeah, I started to play in it because I wanted to see what it looked like. And then, again, I just wanted to see what highlighter pen would look like with a few little minimal stickers. Can you all see? And let me zoom out just a little bit. And this is what I got. So I just wanted to see what that looked like. So that's what it is. Again, this was kind of like a play planner. This is a week. And this was the week of the 9th through the 15th of March. And then this was last week. And as you can see, I didn't come back in here. I just wrote my schedule. I just wrote a few bills. This section again, so it'd be for meals. You see, there was no meals and even as I was writing it, I said, this is really a waste of time because you're not going to write no meals here. And that was it. So that's about as far as I go in this planner is this right here. And then I see I have a paycheck budget sheet in here, and it's so random because I don't even, I ain't even used it. I don't even know why it's in here, to be honest, where it came from. So it's here though. And I wouldn't even put my budget in the front, so that's what's kind of throwing me a little bit. But like today, I started thinking about like the springtime. I like to have flowers in the yard, and my yard to me looks like the trap house, so I want to kind of fix it up. And I was like, I need to make a plan. I need to plan out how much things are going to cost me. I need to do a design. And I said, I need a projects insert. And then so I thought I had a project inserts in a CP Petite. I said, no, it's in my A5, but being that the A5 is the home planner, that's the perfect place to plan it. But I said, no, I need something like that in the CP Petite because if I'm out, I decide to go to Lowe's, Home Depot, or this garden center to pick up something, I can put what I'm looking for in my CP Petite. So there was that. And then I haven't used this planner since 2023. So I just have some daily inserts in here, and this was I don't know if I made this for the budget box. I know one of these were the budget boxes. I don't know. And then here's a project management section. And these inserts are from cloth and paper. So let me tell you what I did. I have to cover it up. Let me find something to kind of cover it up. 1 second. So me and my friend, we were having a conversation about, getting older, and she was talking about like contacts, and I told her, I was like, when I first got in the planner community, I didn't see the need to have a contacts in my planner because I just didn't. I just felt as though I got a cell phone, I said, but now the older you get, you want contacts. Like now I send out Christmas cards. I am not a card person. I'm terrible at sending birthday cards, Christmas cards. But now I send Christmas cards to my friend group. And so I'm like, I need to have everybody's contact information. And then I had this great idea, to make an important information insert. And with this insert, it will have, as you can see, I haven't finished filling anything in it, but it would have like my life insurance policy. That way people know I'm always in my planner, so they know, my family would know. Well, if not, I'll let them know to like look at my planner, and all the information you need will be there. And then I made a certain section where it says where my important papers are located, and then I could put, let's say, safe under the bed, or safe in the closet, or something like that, whatever. And then a note section of anything that I forgot. Hold on. And then I made a passwords insert. Never thought I needed this because they're all on my phone. But then I said, if something happens, I need to have my passwords. And then a lot of times we forget things, and you just need these type of things. So now that's part of this section here. Also, me and my friend, we were talking about like the contacts and things like that, addresses. So that's what this is for. So I have good intentions for this planner, and this is the reason I say this for last. I just need to take the time and the care to build her up and to make her into what I want her to be. And that's it. That's the end of her. But I do have good intentions for this planner. It's just I need to take the time to kind of get her the way that I want her to be. Now, let's get into what worked. Let's talk about it. First off, I think February we switched to February, because this was January. We switched to the classic Happy Planner for budgeting. Game change. I love this. When I tell you, I have tried this before and I just don't know why it didn't work, but it worked this time. It worked this time, and I just love having it on a bigger scale. And that was another thing. I just felt like I needed bigger planners. I wanted just bigger planners. For some reason, I just kept feeling the need to have bigger planners. And I don't know, this worked, because I was going, before I turned it to budgeting, I was going to turn it to like a home planner. But I think in the back of my mind, I knew it was going to be just like that A5, got no love. But I am in love with this classic Happy Planner. Like, and everything in here I made. So that makes it even better. Like, everything in here belongs to me. Like, I made. I didn't buy nothing from nobody. Everything in here is mine. So it's almost like my half letter, but just on a bigger scale. And I'm absolutely in love with this planner. Like, and what I did do that I knew was throwing me off before was I took the cover off. I bought a cover from Moterm for it. And I just love covers for planners. But I said, you know what? Since we got the vinyl situation going, just leave this. Just leave this. Put your nice dashboard. And I think that's why I stayed in here, because I just made it for me, if that makes sense. Okay. Battery's getting low. All right. So I'm going to save the CP Petite for last. But everyone knows how I feel about my Mini HP. The Mini HP. Now, let me tell you about her. Only thing about these vinyls is they get real dusty. I do not like that. I don't like that. But let me tell you, I am going to take this off. This is the fluted dashboard. And I maybe have a secret to tell y'all. When we got these in a sub box a few years ago, I didn't like it. I was like, this is the dumbest. This is too heavy. This ain't paper. Like, this is too heavy to go on a planner. I didn't like it. And I think on the first day I got it, it was already kind of cracked or something down here. This was messed up, as you can see. I didn't have the energy. I didn't care. I was not going to tell them about it because I just didn't care, because I didn't really like it. So for a long time, I just didn't use it. But of course, being influenced and saw the girlies on TikTok using it, I said, well, let me do it, put it back and see how I like it. And it was okay. I still didn't really that much care for it, but I didn't like it because it's heavy, so I'm taking it out. And she's back. But everything in here worked. My business planner, it is what it is. I use everything in here I use. Now, I haven't been in here maybe in a week or so. I gotta see. I can look at my weekly to tell you. So I haven't done an overview weekly since the first week, but this I'm almost positive. And see, this is my favorite, not my favorite, but next to my favorite part, the weeklies. I toned my weekly down in my business planner to work because I just didn't need all that space, and now it's jam-packed and it looks like I actually have something to do in my business, so I love that for me. She stays more minimal. I really don't do a lot of decorating. I test out different highlighters in here, but that's it. And let's see. Yeah. So this is it. So this was last week. I did do this. I didn't even come back in here. See, I got to come in here and check because I just got wrapped up in the CP Petite, but she does get some love at least once a week. But everything in here. And then I started strong in the social media section. With planning the series, with planning content, and this is my favorite section of the planner is my social media section. But I do use this, I do come in here. So, but I think what I'm gonna do for Q2 is I'm gonna try to unthick her. I'm gonna try to unbig her back a little bit, and we have some new discs coming, and I bought some new discs. I just have not, let me see if they're still here. Yeah, so I got, hold on. I bought new discs. I can't find them. So I'm going to switch out some discs for quarter 2 and see how I like that. But I'm absolutely in love. So, yeah, we're just going to unbig her back a little bit, and we're going to keep her. And then, last but not least, the CP Petite. Y'all know, this is Lover Girl. This is Lover Girl. Do you understand me? And so I think for quarter 2, we're just going to switch her out. And then the change that I made and why she worked was because once I got this cover, this vinyl, it drives me crazy, but the vinyl cover, and I get asked all the time, like, what size disc do I have? I have 1.5-inch disc in here. To me, when I saw the vinyl, I said, this looks wide enough that it could take 1.5. So I ordered me some green. The same disc that I had in here, I ordered them at 1.5 because I just like them. And y'all, she's stuff. And I think I got a question on TikTok, like, do the tabs stick out? Yeah, they do. I don't care. I don't care. I can put more stuff in here. But everything, let me flip through here real quick and see what didn't work. I used my yearly plan. This is just the planner that I use pretty much everything. I've referenced my task manager, which is part of my inbox section. We got stuff done on that. So that's why I didn't really need this one, because I remembered that my task manager is my brain dump. So I kind of did that. What else? Now, goals. Goals is just a bad section for me. I don't reference that at all, child. I was talking to Bree, and I was like, girl, I write them down one time, and that's it. But I like how Bree uses her goals into her every week plans. So, yeah, so also time for us to switch out our months. And I do write my goals here, but I just don't reference them. I need to find a way to reference them in my daily and weekly plans. And so, as you can see, March was just dry. No decorating at all. I use this. Now, some weeks I just skip this part, but it's just a way for me to kind of work this insert. Like, let me figure out how I can work this. Like, maybe one week I'll just use this. You know, that's one of the reasons I do it. Plus, it's just like a snapshot of my week. And then these inserts, I think we introduced these, in January, the beginning of the year. I just wanted an insert that I could put my schedule on, some bills, some quick to-do things, important. It just has everything. Now, I have thought about making this section a little bigger, so I'd have to kind of condense this. And I thought about getting rid of the grid, some of the grid over here, and just putting lines, like just make it more functional. But listen, it works. And I personally have not seen anyone in the community have an insert like this. Anyway, this was just what I created in my head, so it just works for me. And that's the thing why I enjoy making inserts, because I make them for my particular needs, and I just pray that someone else needs it, if that makes sense. Half sheets, half paycheck budget sheets. We use these. We did pretty good. And then I was like, girl, we don't need that. We don't need that. So I just started taking them out. And then I was overdoing it with the color, the washi tape, all of that. I got over that kind of quickly, as you can see. So that just started not to work. But other than that, I love these inserts. Like, and I thought about, taking a break from them, but nope. I need them because I love time blocking. I love kind of seeing things in a timed layout situation. And what else? My dailies. I did use dailies pretty much because sometimes I like to just plan daily. I like to just have my day broken down. Plus, to be honest with you, I really think what it is that I like the no stickers. So I'll plan my day like this, very minimal. And just to get things done, especially a day when I have a lot of stuff to do, I like to just plan it by the day. And so some days, even though my weekly here may have stuff on it, but if there's something I need to break up for what I need to do for the business or all 3 businesses, I put them here, and I'm gonna see if I can find one where I broke it up. So here, like on the 17th, I had a highlighted business, personal, to buy, to pay. Perfect. So I added more dailies because, as a matter of fact, I need to take this one out. But I said I would leave those and take some of those out. And so I updated it as well, and now it just works for me. I love it. So now I use dailies more often. Now the meal planning section, she took a little hit. I didn't use it. This is from January, and that's about the last time I meal planned. And then I did write down some meal ideas, and I did write down a recipe. So I'm not going to quite get rid of that yet because I'm slowly working my way back. I didn't use meeting notes in here. Trying to see. I didn't really take notes. My note section is really for me to jot things down. The finance section, the only thing that I really used in this finance section was my expense tracker. And I think going forward, that may be the only thing that will stay in here. I tried to use this insert here in the breakdown and break everything down. So like at the end of the week, I could just have a total to transfer. I still may give this a try. I just have to be more mindful of it. But that's it. CP Petite for the win. And I really, really, really want to try another planner. But nobody, nothing beats this size. Like, besides A6, okay? I even thought about a personal wide, y'all, okay? But I think I'm going to stick with the CP Petite. I don't know. Plus, I don't really feel like just setting up another whole planner. Like, I'm just not one of the people. I just like to take stuff out and add stuff in and do it that way. But that's it. But these three planners were my top, like, go-tos for the first quarter. Like, I'm trying to find the words for it. Like, there was not a week that went by that I did not touch these three. No, not a week. Not a week that I did not touch these three. Now, the other ones, I might have touched them, but that's about it. But these three just worked for me. And I don't know if it's because they're clear and I can see, see things. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I can't figure it out. But that is all for today, you guys. If you enjoyed today's video, leave me a message in the comment section letting me know that you enjoyed today's video. If you're new, leave me a comment so that I can welcome you to the Cove. Also, let me know in the comments what worked for you or what didn't work for you in the first quarter. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.